Hang on, I seem to have a bit of a problem. It's not picking up my camera for some reason. Always with the problems. There we go. Except now it's all over the place and I gotta fix it. Sorry about this. That's what I get for doing things last minute. Adjusting my camera. This is such great content, I'm sure. Oh, that's as good as it can get. Hello, welcome to my stream. I am sorry it was a bit of a snafu at the beginning. I haven't streamed in a little while, so apparently uh, it had the wrong USB driver. Go figure. Technical difficulties. Um, I am Daswolfen. I'm your lone wolf elder geek of the internet, and today I wanted to share a few news stories and talk about some things. First of all, I'd like to welcome Polynese Minion and Martin Acosta Santana. Welcome, my friends. Um, glad you could make it. Well, first of all, the first story I'd like to cover is not being picked up. Let me try this again. There we go. Jeremy Renner has left the hospital and he's now recovering at home, which is very good news. As you know, New Year's Day, he was injured severely when he basically got ran over by a 14-ton snowcat and crushed his legs and part of his chest. But he's at home recovering. The last I heard before this was that he was meeting all his recovery goals. And well, there was a rumor about him losing his leg. That remains to be confirmed. And since he's home, and coupled with the fact that they said he was crushing all his recovery goals, it leads me to think he probably didn't lose the leg, but it's probably just severely messed up, and who knows how long it'll take him to learn to walk again. But still keep him in your thoughts and your prayers, because he isn't out of the woods yet. I mean, he's at home, now he's just recovering, and he's got a long path to fully recover, unfortunately. But that's very good news. So that's my first news story. Um, I'm very happy about that. Jeremy Renner's the side. I mean, it's he's Hawkeye, and we kind of while they're trying to phase out all the yeah, hiking sport cow. Yeah, I get the joke. But it was New Year's Day, not Christmas, so um, the and it was a 14-ton snowcat, which is not, or not 1400, 14,000, whatever it is. I don't. It's huge. But yeah, I'm glad he's doing better. But this article, he posted some pictures of he said he's recovering and happy to watch his episode of Mayor of Kingstown. And I don't think they showed the picture he shared, or if it's just a Yeah, it was just a tweet on the that. See if he's posted anything else since then. Of course, then again, it's entirely possible he's uh, not posting his own tweets too. That's entirely possible. But anyway, well, on to uh, my next story. For the first time, Prime Video has surpassed Netflix in the U.S. streaming market. No longer is Netflix the king of streaming. As you can see from the fourth quarter charts, only by 1%, but that's a big deal because Netflix has been the big dog on the playground, and now suddenly Amazon Prime is a little bit bigger. But you can see the breakdown. It's 21% Prime Video, 21 Netflix, or 20% Netflix, 15% belongs to Disney Plus, 14% HBO Max, 11% Hulu, which is probably going to eventually, by the end or after the end of the year, be combined with Disney. But Apple Plus only has 6%, and uh, Paramount Plus only has 6%. Not even making the list is stuff like Peacock and Discovery Channel and all that. So, of course, I think Discovery got merged with HBO Max, or it's going to be at some point. But and hey, Zax, how's it going? Yeah, Tubi would be in that 7%. So would Amazon Prime's Freebie, which is their free stuff. Well, free with commercials. Uh, I try to avoid that as much as possible. I don't like commercials, except during a Super Bowl, and then I want to watch them separate from, or I want to watch them during a Super Bowl. Um, every other time I find them annoying. So, but yeah. Anyway, so that's a big deal. You can see the month right here, where Netflix has dropped down to here while Prime has risen above for the fourth quarter. Now this is just the United States. Um, they have I'm sure Netflix has a large part of the international audience. They distribute, well, so actually so does Prime Video. They distribute stuff overseas as well. I'd have to look and see what the worldwide marketplace looks like. But this says Netflix had a downward trend throughout 2022, and Prime Video finally overtook the lead position in quarter four. Disney Plus hit a plateau after a year of mostly growth, dropping severely in September, but still ended the year 2% higher than it began. Apple TV and Paramount saw 1% and 3% rises through 2022, respectively. As customers search for the best deals, partnerships with streaming services could help clinch deals. For example, if a bank offered a free Netflix service when a customer opened an account, this would increase the subscriber numbers. As customers are somewhat locked in or unlikely to change the bank or other essential services as frequently as the streaming platform subscriptions. Some services are already offering this. In the U.S., the retail group Walmart is partnering with Paramount Global to offer the streaming service Paramount Plus to members of the Walmart free shipping program, a competitor to Amazon Prime. Strategies include these bundles or ad-supported tiers and essential services packages are important to make subscribers stick rather than jump to the next big content release. Loyal subscribers will be key for revenues and share prices as OTT companies weather the economic downturn in 2023. So Amazon is used for shipping. Yeah, that's what that's why I pay. That's the big reason. I mean, I watch stuff on Amazon Prime, but the big reason I pay for it's because of shipping. It's if it saves me 10, 15 bucks on everything I order, then and I order from Amazon a lot. I mean, any gift I'm getting anybody's going to come from Amazon. Stuff I want is going to come from Amazon. So yeah, I agree, Monkey. That's and hello, by the way. Forgot to say hi to you. Uh, yeah, that's a big part of why Amazon has been able to catch up to Netflix. They have a money reserve that Netflix simply does not have, and that's because people are paying for their service for their shipping prices, as opposed to just just for a video streaming service or but they do offer like I'd be interested in see how their music Amazon Music stacks up to stuff like Spotify and Pandora. That would be interesting. Um, Now I currently have Spotify. I've had Spotify for a lot of years. Um, I did grab. Hey Christian, how are you? Welcome to the channel. I did have uh, uh, I do have SiriusXM for my phone. Well, for on my PC, but I've got their app. I pay $5 a month for that because they have. It's just I get tired of some of the same stuff in Spotify. Spotify's good for looking up new stuff. Um, I like some of the shows on SiriusXM, so it's nice to be able to listen to that. Um, I've had Hulu, I've had Pandora in the past. In fact, I used it for a lot of years before I got onto Spotify. But overall, I'm not a big fan of Pandora. I tried Tidal for 6 months because I got a free 6 month uh, free trial, and I didn't like it at all. I mean, the sound quality was good, but their selection in music that I listened to wasn't as great. Pretty much Spotify has the best um, selection of music as far as I'm concerned. Because I mean, for example, we're doing uh, on that '70s rock fans channel. Next Monday, we're doing an Only Talk and Roll on Cheap Trick. It's 4 o'clock Central if you guys want to check it out over on his channel. But yeah, I was able to pull up all of Cheap Trick's their entire discography and listen to it. And so I've been listening to that to get more into because I'm a fan of Cheap Trick, but it's not like I like Cheap Trick, but I'm not like a super fan. Um, and it was one of those bands to be honest, on MTV I pretty much glossed over. They were all right. I didn't like turn the TV off when they came on or anything, but I didn't seek them out, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, so that is I know I got sidetracked a little bit on the music search streaming services, but Amazon also offers like free Kindle books with your Prime service. So that's another thing. And they own Audible, which is audiobooks. I don't do the audiobook thing, but actually I'm not sure. I can look it up real quick. Wikipedia, because let's see, band members. Obviously, Rick Nelson's was the, has been around the whole time. Robin Zander's been around the second most. But let's see, drums, Buddy Carlos up until 2013. Who the heck took over drums for? That's weird. I guess Dax Nelson is the current drummer. Yeah, I do the same thing. I read. Oh, that's funny, Christian Delorme. Uh, but yeah, so it looks like they're just using a session drummer and a touring drummer rather than having an actual member of the band that's a drummer, which is kind of strange. But hey, that's what it is. But yeah, anyway, that's we're gonna be doing Cheap Trick, and that, as you can see, I get um as distracted as Gary does in his ADD theater, hence the random stream of randomness. Um, but yeah, so that covers that. The next story I want to discuss is Marvel is actually finally getting back into China, which is going to help their bottom line. Unfortunately, that means there's probably going to be more catering to China. But considering the stuff that they've been doing lately, I don't think that can make it any worse. In fact, it might improve things overall. But yeah, it looks like Black Panther 2 and Ant-Man 3 both get China release dates. Black Panther 2 will release in China on February 7th, followed by Ant-Man 3 on February 13th, the day and date, same day as it comes out here in North America. So the first titles of Phase 4 to actually screen in China. The last ones were Spider-Man Far From Home and Avengers Endgame. The first Black Panther got 105 million in China, and the Ant-Man and the Wasp got 221.2 million. So, but I think that means their big tentpole pictures like the upcoming Avengers in 2024, the Kang Dynasty, and some of their other titles might actually push them over the $1 billion mark again. So yeah, so that's really a big thing. I mean, that's going to affect it's going to affect how the movie, and this is probably part of the whole adjustment that they were discussing. That that they're going to make some changes in the Phase 5 and 6. There's going to be some adjustments there. There's already been some movies that have been pushed back. Some Disney Plus shows that have been pushed back. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects things, because they've got they've got to do something to make money, and their bottom line has been hit hard, and most of that is because of their stupidity with Phase 4. You don't have, I don't have to tell you how bad Phase 4 has been. Everybody watching the channel knows that. Um, they uh, uh, they really need to do something, and I don't trust Bob Iger at all, as far as I can throw him. And but I think I do trust him enough that he realizes that if he loses too much money, he's going to be bounced on out on his ears as fast as Bob Chapek was. So opening up Marvel in China will help the. Let me see if that actually helped the prices, because that was this morning. Let's look at Disney stock price. Yeah, it definitely got a bounce. Oh, I guess no, I guess that's one day. So yeah, that's today. The great parts were trading ended. It's not, the after close of bells, not bad. It's kind of dropped off a little bit, but it's still higher than it's like 100 was. Yeah, it's a little lower, but it did peak at 100.81. That's interesting. I thought it would have a bigger effect than that. Hmm. Shows what I know. Um, yeah, I'm not saying if you like it, you're bad. I'm just saying that personally, I didn't enjoy it, much of it. I did like Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, but I get what they're going with the multiverse stuff, and I don't mind it because that's been part of comics for years, on both sides, on both DC and Marvel. So that the MCU now has their own multiverse is logical to me. What I didn't like was Eternals. Um, I felt that it was a very poorly done movie, brought in before it was time, simply because they fired James Gunn. And after they fired James Gunn, they scrambled to do something, because the whole point of James Gunn being at Disney was he was, this where Eternals was going to be Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and that was going to usher in this big Marvel cosmic arc where all these cosmic threats and stuff they'll be dealing with, and James Gunn was supposed to be in charge of that section, but they fired him over those tweets, um, and I don't think that he should have been fired over those tweets. I think that's stupid. I don't think anybody should get fired over tweets unless they say something that is extremely, you know, dangerous and harmful, like calling for violence or something along those lines. But making a very bad joke in very poor taste shouldn't get you fired. Um, you're making that in social media. I mean, you make it at the company, they can do what they want and fire you there. But what you've done outside the company should have no bearing on what you do with the company if you're already there. I guess if it brings bad publicity, you could probably get in trouble. But nobody was saying anything until somebody, until some person brought up these 10-year-old tweets. Um, yeah, I agree. Eternals was boring, but heck, I can't even remember what other movies came out for Phase 4 movies. That's how bad it is. Spider-Man was good, but then again, that was done mostly by Sony with just input from Marvel, so that they didn't break anything. Eternals, Marvel. Oh, Black Widow. Black Widow was okay, but they made a lot of mistakes. First of all, they basically gave her superpowers she doesn't have. Because I'm sorry, she would have went splat when she hit the ground. Um, after the plane breaks up. The well, and when she's fallen multi stories down the in the building too. Yeah, Shang-Chi was gorgeous. The story was kind of but um yeah, and see they spent hundreds of millions of dollars on these movies that they didn't need to. You know, yeah, exactly. Black Widow falling from a building and surviving. Yeah. Um See, they gave her superpowers. But yeah, but they don't need to spend hundreds of uh, they should have made Black Widow movie. First of all, it should have been a Phase 1 movie, or at the very least Phase 2, not Phase 4, after she has already died in the main timeline. Second of all, she's a spy. It should have been a spy movie. It should have been James Bond. It should have been uh, 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 Bourne. Should have been like, Bourne Identity or something, some Jason Bourne stuff. It shouldn't have been a $250 movie at all. Same thing with Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is a street level hero in the comics. They could have done if I would have been doing it, I would have done it as a gritty retro 70 uh, martial arts flick. Yeah, Christian, I took that hit so you didn't have to. But no, but I would have done Shang-Chi as a gritty 70s martial arts flick. Um Not actually set in the 70s, but that style, Enter the Dragon, the Shaw Brothers stuff from the late 60s, early 70s. Um that sort of thing. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would have been awesome. But so yeah, well, while we're looking at that, let me bring up. All right, so Phase 4, movies wise: Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange Multiverse. Oh, Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh, that I actually scoured that from my memory. That's just that was just bad. That was just very bad. This is what happens when you let Taika Waititi do whatever he wants. Uh, Taika Waititi's fine as long as there was someone already heard of him, but since Kevin Feige is so busy overseeing the entirety of Marvel, he doesn't have time to guide the film like he should, and that's why people like Victoria Alonso and Nate Moore have got their fingers into things, and they're making things a lot worse. Yes, exactly. King's Pala, a Bruce Lee type movie. Um, so yeah, this is not a very accurate at all. I don't know where that actually going to Wikipedia, because Wikipedia is actually more accurate. Let's see. Yeah, Phase 4, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which ended the phase. Well, technically, the holiday special ended the phase, but which was very, very good. Um, that's some of the best. The best two things, the best, I guess, the best three things, in my opinion, on Disney Plus for the Marvel has been the holiday chess. Well, I don't know about the half second delay in the soundtrack, but definitely that gritty martial arts exploitation look, I think would have went over well. Um, but I think the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special, the Werewolf by Night special, and Ms. Marvel are the best things that they've done on Disney Plus for Marvel. Now I know a lot of people um, like uh, liked WandaVision, and I liked WandaVision for the first parts, but it lost its way as far as I was concerned. The best thing, the best thing they've done is that show did was introduce the proper Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, because she was Captain Marvel and leader of the Avengers when I was a kid and reading Avengers. Um, anyway, sorry to get off on a tangent, but yeah. So yeah, see, I wouldn't do that at all. I mean, I wouldn't want to. I mean, that delay just that's not that delay was because of dubbing. Um, yeah, Hawkeye wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as it should have been. They should have focused more on Hawkeye than they did on Kate Bishop. They should have basically done Hawkeye and then introduced Kate Bishop and then let her have like the second season is her. But then again, I'm not Kevin Feige. I'm not running things. But this year looks like the rest of this year, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania comes out next month, and I'll be honest, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a big Kang the Conqueror fan. I like Kang as a villain. Kang has been a great villain over the years in Marvel Comics. Uh, I think the actor currently playing him uh, does well. I like the way he portrays him. I like his He Who Remains was I think was an interesting take. Certainly better than the old man look. But after that, this May we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I'm sure is going to be $1 billion movie easily, regardless if it gets a China release or not. Everybody's just excited. Everybody I know, that's one of their most excited movies. One of the movies they're most excited for. And then we've got the Marvels coming out. Now, I don't like Captain Marvel at all. At least the Carol Danvers Captain Marvel, as portrayed by Brie Larson. I am not a fan of hers at all. Um, I don't think she's good in the part. Um, I don't think that she does well. Although I am looking forward, like I said, I'm looking forward to Monica Rambeau, and I'm looking forward to Ms. Marvel. And because if you haven't seen Ms. Marvel, watch it. It's a good family series. There's positive portrayal of family. Um, there's the character isn't overly woke. Um, I mean, there's some there, but that's just the whole that age bracket of youth. Was Generation Z. That's just the way they are. Generation Alpha. No, I guess they're still the Z. Alpha isn't until like I think my nephew's the last of Generation Z, and I think my niece is Generation Alpha. But so yeah, but after that, we don't get another movie until May. And the next movie is Captain America: New World Order, which certainly looks to be interesting. Um, and then after that's the Thunderbolts, and then after that's Blade. Then Phase 6 has Deadpool, Fantastic Four, Avengers of the Kang Dynasty, in 2025 and Avengers Secret Wars in 2026. Now, for all I know, Avengers Secret Wars will get pushed back to 2027 because we don't have a whole lot in that year listed. In fact, we've only got two movies in 2025, and that's Fantastic Four and uh, Kang Dynasty. Yeah, and see that didn't that's what I that's why Cameron Pasha likes it. You may have seen him on like Midnight's Edge and stuff. I really admire, I really respect Cameron Pasha's and his opinions. And when he told me it was good, I was like, okay, I'll go and watch it, and it was. Uh, I didn't get the cult. I wasn't the cultural target, but that doesn't mean I can't like it. I like Indian movies. RRR is an amazing movie. If you haven't seen RRR, watch it. That's a superhero movie in and of itself. It gets ridiculous, but in a good way. In fact, there's a lot of Indian movies that I like that I have seen over the years, and some I've got ready to go that I just haven't had time to watch. Um, the whole the whole continent has like 10 different areas that are like Bollywood, Tamilwood. I forgot what the others are, but each section of the country has its own uh, film studio and studio system. So there's movies that come out that reflect slightly different takes on the culture, whereas and it's stuff we wouldn't exactly notice as Americans because we're not in that culture, but there's a difference from their culture, their things. So, but yeah, so that's what's coming up. Um, they've converted Armor Wars. They don't have a date for it, but they have converted Armor Wars from a series to a movie. And there's a rumor it's probably going to be it's probably going to be the movie right before Secret Wars, the February movie in February 2026. Rumor is that they're bringing Robert. Now, the only thing I know that I don't know, but the big rumor is he's coming back for Secret Wars, which makes sense. But he also there's also a rumor that he's going to do Armor Wars at the same time. Excuse me. Throat's a little parched. That's all the movies. I don't think this. Well, Disney. Let's look at the Disney Plus stuff. If I could spell. Let's see. Okay. Okay, these are the actual television. Where's the. It's phase 4. Where's the. Huh. Well, I guess they're built into these. Yeah, all right. Um, Now I've heard what if uh Loki season 2 and Echo have all got and Agatha Coven of Chaos has all got pushed back. But coming up in this next phase, 23 to 24. Hey, War Monkey, how's it going? Um We've got What If season 2. Now I was a really big fan of What If, and I don't. That would probably be my fourth favorite Disney Plus series or show. Um, I was a big fan of. I really liked it. I'm a big Sharon Carter fan. Yeah, it's coming back. It just got pushed back because of there's delays on the animation stuff because of uh, I don't know. There's overwork stuff. There were some complaints and stuff. So I don't know all the details of that. So I don't want to speak out of turn. But yeah, I really liked the What If and how it turned out. Um, I even have some of the Funko Pops. But like I said, I'm a big Agent Carter fan, and I really liked what they did with Captain Carter. Although they should have called her Captain Britain. Just saying, instead of just Captain Carter. But they're supposed to do an actual Captain Britain at some point, and everybody says Henry Cavill, but it would be great, but I don't think he'll want anything to do with Marvel the way it is right now. But anyway, so other Phase 4 uh, Disney Plus is Secret Invasion, which if you haven't seen the trailer for, it looks really cool. It does. Um, that's something I'm hopeful for. Loki season 2, especially with what's going on with Kang, will be interesting. I have no interest in Ironheart whatsoever. Um, it's just I'm not interested in the comic character, and I'm not interested in the show. I mean, what I saw in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever did impress me. I mean, Echo, I'm not interested in Echo. I mean, that's not a character that I liked in the comic but if it is gonna lead into Daredevil Born Again and it's necessary for it, I'll watch it. Especially so it's because it's supposed to have Kingpin and Daredevil in it. Now I liked Agatha in yes, Kingsport Cal. I said Secret Invasion. Yep. The whole scrolls taking over, that sort of thing. Yep. That's what they're doing, and that's one of the series they're doing. Um, I like Agatha Harkness, although I kind of miss um the older Agatha Harkness. The Catherine Hahn version is just too pretty. Um, but it's been pushed back, and I'm not sure about it. I'll probably watch it because I've watched everything so far. For that matter, I'll probably end up watching Ironheart, even though I'll dread it. But the last series is Daredevil Born Again, and it will be. It's not. I don't know. After freaking She-Hulk, after what they did to him in She-Hulk, I'm not sure. It's just how is it going to compete with the Netflix Daredevil series? I mean, because that was amazing. If you haven't seen the Netflix Daredevil series, then you're missing out. And fortunately, you can watch them all on Disney Plus. But yeah, that series was awesome. Um, just the way that they did it, the character, the way the he was still kind of in a bubble, but he wasn't because there was acknowledgments of stuff that happened, like the Battle for Manhattan was, you saw, as a newspaper headline on the wall. Um, There was, there was obviously they weren't in a bubble, but they're street level, and so the big stuff doesn't affect them unless it affects like the whole world. Um, but yeah, that's I'm not sure. They're supposed to start filming next month for Daredevil Born Again. Um, but it is supposed to lead into Jessica Jones reboot, which I'm not Jessica Jones. I was never a big fan of. Um, and Mike Coulter has said he's not looking at coming back and doing Luke Cage again. So we'll probably have to recast the Luke Cage, and we'll have a recast of Iron Fist. I just hope they bring back the women that did the Daughters of the Dragon. Did great. My brain just shut down for a second. I am sorry. Misty Knight and Colleen Wing. But yeah, so Phase 5 doesn't really have a whole lot in it. The only thing we know about is Deadpool, Fantastic Four, Kang Dynasty, and set. There's rumors that they're going to do a Hulk. That they want to do World War Hulk. The only way they can do that is if they make an arrangement with Universal, because Universal owns the distribution rights for Hulk. I think it's just the distribution rights, but let me check. Film rights for Incredible Hulk. Okay, I'd hate going to CBR, but yeah, they can use them in stories, but they can't be. Uh, yeah, that's the distribution rights. So Universal would get the distribution rights for that movie unless they can buy them outright from Universal. And the House of Mouse can't afford to buy anything right now. Yeah, I agree, Kingsport Cal. He was. Um, but he's got his own show, Evil, right now. Now, if Evil wraps up and they're asking him to come back and do it, he might do it. But his statement was that's in his back, it's in his rearview mirror right now. But like they say, never say never. They brought back Patrick Stewart to play Professor X once more, and they're bringing back Hugh Jackman, who Hugh Jackman said he was completely done with playing Wolverine, but he's coming back to play Wolverine in Deadpool 3. Like I always said, if the House of Mouse wanted someone, they could just back the truck up full of money. Yeah, see, I after what they've done, because they've already kind of ruined part of it because of what they did with Thor Ragnarok and putting Planet Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. Uh, and them introducing freaking in introducing Scar or from in She-Hulk was that was confusing to me. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Um, but yeah, as yeah, I agree. Money talks. It's like you can always back up a nut truck full of money. That's what I'm sure that's what they did. Well, that and his friendship with Ryan Reynolds, Ryan probably say, "Hey, man, I really, let's do this. Let's give it to the fans." And that probably is what convinced him to sign on. But I'm sure there's a hefty paycheck for him. Um, but so it'll be nice. It'll be nice to see Deadpool 3, and considering it's going to be it is going to be R-rated, so it'll be Deadpool. It just will be Deadpool in the Marvel Universe. So it'll be interesting because they've also signed uh, the woman that played Rogue. I'm sure the chat will remind me of her name here in a second. But they signed her back up. So if they might be able to, if they can, well, I don't think they would get Kelsey Grammer, but they might be able to get Kelsey Grammer to be a CGI version of Beast and do the voice. Yeah, we'll see. We're not going to see that till Phase 7. That's going to take a while for them. They're going to slow build it. Because I would just like to see them just completely reboot the X-Men and start over with X-Men, just like X-Men First Class, except it is truly the First Class. With Angel, with Beast, with Cyclops, with Marvel Girl, Jean Grey. That's what I want. And then I would like to have something for at the Anna Paquin. That's who it is. Thank you, Martine. I appreciate that. I knew someone would get it. But I'm old. I'm old and I've slept since then. So, but yeah, that's what. And I would do it. I would have the X-Men First Class. I'd introduce Magneto. Do that. Have something happen. And like the Siege Perilous, where the original team disappears and Professor X has to bring in a new team of mutants, and then you bring in Wolverine there. But that's just because I'm a big, I grew up in that era, and I would like to see some of those comic stories brought to life. I'd like to see the Savage Land. It would be cool to see the Savage Land in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They gave a hint of it with when they were in the multiverses, when they fell through and there was the dinosaurs. But having an actual Savage Land in the Marvel Cinematic Universe would be kind of cool. Although I don't know if that's something they would ever do. At least as being like it is in the series, where it's hidden in the in Antarctica. I want to see the Morlocks. I'd like to see them do the Morlocks. I think that would be good. Just yep, Sauron. Yeah, Sauron from Savage Lands. Yep. But yeah, the Morlocks would be a good thing to do. I think they could do. Now that's something that would be a better as a Disney Plus story than a movie. Was the Morlocks. But if you want to do it right, you would really need to introduce Storm first. Well, see, that's the thing is we can't use, Marvel can't use Kraven because that's owned by Sony. Sony owns the film rights to Kraven. Which that movie comes out this year, which I kind of want to see. I'm not sure how Aaron Taylor Johnson's going to do it, considering Kraven's this huge, massive slab of meat, and Aaron Taylor Johnson isn't. But it'll be interesting. I'll watch it anyway. I see everything, so if it's a comic book movie or a comic book series, I'll watch it. But anyway, well, I notice it's getting close to 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna wrap things up here. I have a couple of personal things to take care of. I'd like to thank everyone that joined my channel today. I appreciate it. Palamese Minion, Martina Acosta Santana, Kingsport Cal, Zax, Monkey Jeebus, Christian Delorme. Let's see. I believe we got War Monkey somewhere in here. Yeah, War Monkey, there you are. Yeah, so thank you all very much. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Now, next week, I should have my second part 2 of the Godzilla retrospective, where I'm doing the next set of 5 films in the Showa era Godzilla. I just have to do it a different way because I got hit with a bunch of copyright claims doing the trailers, so I'm actually pulling out images from the movies. So that should be done and ready to go next week. And sometime in February, I'm going to be doing my first episode of my creature feature, where I'm going to discuss Dracula and vampires, as talking about their origins and history, mythology, and even in literature and movies, as well as any cryptid information, where the real world sightings and appearances. And I plan on doing that. They're going to do one for each of the Universal monsters to start with, and then from there I'll probably do Bigfoot and so on, and do something for all the monsters. But that's next month. So thank you very much. I look forward to my next show, and you can always find me on Pop Culture Minefield every day from 10 to 2 Central, and on 1 to 3 on Fridays and Saturdays on TGIF and Saturday Morning Fun Time, as well as Monday nights on that 70s rock fan on Let's Only Talk and Roll. And you can find me on State of the Atmosphere on Joe Atmosphere's channel. And you might occasionally see me on Sundays on the Dork Side of the Ring, which is on Pop Culture Minefield, 1 to 3 on Sundays. And all these times are Central Time. So add an hour for the Eastern, subtract 2 for Pacific. So, well, I'm Daswolfen, otherwise known as John. Thank you very much. You all have a great day. I appreciate it. Bye-bye now.